G'day traders, John from Crypto Candlestick Trading. Just doing an update on Bitcoin and the crypto markets. It looks like we've got a little bit of buying volume that's come in, and it still seems to be moving higher. And there's the wicks are smaller at the top as well, which is a good sign. I'm actually going to look at getting in if we're going to be going above this red candle here. So I'm just getting ready to have a look at that now. And so what sort of a run am I expecting? We'll just go to the weekly chart and have a look, because we're still not in a very favorable position here, and this could be like a wrong move, getting into this, but because we're breaking the 9, and we're going to hit the 20 here straight away as resistance. We could shoot straight through that and then go for the 200, which is probably a more likely scenario, I'd say. But anyway, it just seems to be showing a little bit of strength at this stage here. We're in oversold conditions here, so we're probably due for a bit of a run. But one thing that we can see for sure is that on the long term, if we look at this, we've gone from a high, a low, lower high, lower low, and then a lower high, and then we've just made an even low. So it's almost like we're just going to attempt to have a go at beating this previous high, because that's the level that it needs to beat now. So whatever that high was there exactly. So anyway, so that's around about where we're headed to at this stage here. So if we have a bit of a run, I'll be expecting somewhere near the 200 or somewhere up around here. So anyway, it's looking like it's got potential for a short run. When it's done that, even if it was to go up something like that, there's still a little bit of profit to be made. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the other ones. We'll go to Atom, and going away from the week, we'll go back to the daily chart. So here it's got a low, a high, low, and we're coming out of that low. It looks like it's doing it pretty well. So here we've got an uptrend line, and we've broken that uptrend line, and we've come down again, and then we're closing above the 200. Now we're above the uptrending line and the 50, and we're trading positive. We've got good volume too, coming out of oversold. So I do like this. This to me is a buy. Litecoin, and so Litecoin, I don't like these big long wicks, so that to me straight away is a no for Litecoin. But however, I do like the pattern that it's created. We've got a low here, and it's almost like a double bottom or something like that, double or triple bottom. And then it's come up here, we've broken through the 50 convincingly, and then we've pulled back to the 50, and now we're showing strength. So this here wouldn't surprise me at all if it was to make it up to the 200. But the only thing I don't like about it is these long wicks. You can just get stopped out very quickly. Okay, this one here. So yeah, it's a very similar story. I don't like the long wicks on this though. I wouldn't be trading that simply because there's long wicks. Here, breaking the 200, nice. Is that an inverted hammer? If that's an inverted hammer, this has a 95% chance of going up. We have made a low, a high, a low, and then we've kind of come into a bit of a wedge shape, but we're broken above this wedge shape now. So it's looking okay. I'd like to see more strength above that. So far there's a lot of indecision. Matic. I do like this one here. This has been on my radar a little bit lately. So we've got low, high, low, and now we're just making the perfect scenario to make a new higher high. And we've got an engulfing here, another engulfing here, closing above. There's a little bit wide and loose trading here, but have a look at that. It's this is exactly where the term was, and then we're getting an engulfing there, closing above, massive engulfing here, beautiful. And now we've got another engulfing here. So it's showing strength continuously on the way up. So there's some pretty good buying to be had. Let's have a look at the weekly chart on this one here. So like this sort of run, could quite easily go up to that. Let's have a look at that. So that's on the weekly there. That's the the top there. So we could quite easily go to the top there, or the 50 as it comes down. On to the next one. Yeah, this one hasn't broken above the 9 on the weekly chart, and it seems to be very sideways. At least now the market's moving and it's breaking out. So I'm going to open a few positions, and simply because I think it could go for a little bit of a run, and if it does, I want to be on it. Oh, hang on, so let's just have one more look at that. I think I missed something there. So we've got, I just want to see if I can draw a trend line in there somewhere, because it looked kind of like it's on a bit of an angle, and I want to make it somewhere around there. So we're breaking if we've got a downtrend there, we're breaking that. It's come up, pull back, and we're getting engulfing. Now, trading above the 50, which is good. So we're showing some positive signs. Low, is that like a low, a high, high, low, and we've just broken a new high, high? Don't know. We'll see it unfold shortly, but so far while it's making these sort of moves, if I was to be buying this, I would say that my stop loss would have to be below that. If it trades anywhere below this line here, I'd be out. Well, actually, if it traded below the 50 at this stage, or below this one here, I'd be out. I want to lose as little as possible when I do lose. Zcash, and not much there really. No, this has an engulfing off the 50, and the support is dodgy. XDZ. Here we haven't broken the 50 yet. If we get a nice solid close above the 50, like here we're breaking the downtrend line for sure, but there's only wicks above the 50. So, and that's a shooting star. Let's close below the 50. EGLD. So there are some that are still hesitant. 1, 2, 3. So we could even get those ones that are that are holding back, and when they break out, buy those. Here, this one's already broken out, obviously, EGLD, and it's just gone pretty much sideways from there. So I don't like this sort of trading here. Is it accumulation? I can't really see any real accumulation happening there. I could see some dominating selling happening there as well. There is some buying, but there's some pretty heavy selling there too. I'll just do a couple more, and so as it stands with Bitcoin, I think that Bitcoin could go for a bit of a run. I'm not going to open too many positions. I might open 2 and just leave it at that. And actually, I don't mind that one. And the reason why I don't mind it is because we've got like a low, a high, low, convincingly a high, and now we've closed below the 50, and now we're closing above the 50. This would be the buy, this candle here. And alright, last time I'll go back to this one here, but I will. And one other thing that I did see there is the uptrend line. So if I couldn't figure out where to put my stop loss, this would be one of my stop losses. Whichever was the least that I would lose. But if I was to be buying here, I'd be having my stops below this candle here, the low of that candle. Yep, that's let's have a look at that trend line now. That can be done better. Let's have a look. Yeah, so probably about somewhere like that. Yeah, so this has still got work to do. It's got to get above the 50 and above that trend line. Here, that's got work to do. This here isn't looking very good. See, so we've got support becomes resistance, and a collapse. So let's just have a look. So that's reasonably close. So you got almost support, and then very close to resistance. Are we going to go up and hit that resistance? I'll just open that up a little bit, and we'll just kind of see where they could be a little bit better. Kind of seems to, somewhere in there seems to be a bit more accurate. So we've got support, breakthrough, and potentially coming up to resistance, and these major moving averages. Ethereum. Alright, so Ethereum, I'll just get rid of those drawings. So here I do like this. So here we've got support, and then we've had a nice breakthrough there and a nice engulfing, but I didn't like that sell-off. That signifies weakness to me. And when you see weakness like this, it usually fails. We're still trying to head up, but we're doing the right things at this stage here. So like if you wanted to have a short trade to go say from here up to the 200, that's a possible sort of thing, but you're not really making very much money. So I'm not really, totally excited about, what's happened in the market so far, because, if we go to back to Bitcoin, I'll just wrap this up in a sec. So if we go back to Bitcoin, we can see here that, it's pretty good. We've got a downtrending line, and we've got the 50 and, the 9 and the 20. So we've got an engulfing closing above all that, which is fantastic. The volume isn't very good. We've got a sell-off at the end of it, about 40% sold off, 35%, something like that, sold off. It's not very good. Here, we've got about 20% sold off. That's not very good. We've got this candle here closed more than 50% below this candle. Not very good. So there are some things in here that aren't very good, but we are making the right moves. We are going up, and if we close this solid, it might be worth for a short run up to 200, up to these previous highs. Anyway, traders, I'll leave it at that. I hope you have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you again soon. If you have any problems with your charts, let me know. Happy to talk about charts. All right, see you.